Let's talk Manchester United. Bryan Mbeumo, we've been talking about him. What's the latest?
Yeah, it's going to be a huge summer, isn't it, for Manchester United? We know there's a lot of attention and pressure under Ruben Amorim as he looks to reshape this Manchester United squad under his DNA. And this man is without question going to be a big part of it. But Manchester United have got to get to the price that Brentford want. We know that their first offer has been rejected. That was £45 million plus £10 million in add-ons. Our information is that Brentford are looking for £60 million upward. This is a man that almost guaranteed goals for Brentford. He's their top Premier League goal scorer, which is some achievement in itself, more than Ivan Toney, because everyone thinks about Brentford and goals and they think of Ivan Toney. This man has been a consistent presence throughout the last 5-6 years since he joined in 2019. He's formed really good partnerships. He cost Brentford just £4 million from Troyes. He was scouted, watched, looked at by Lee Dykes and Phil Giles, who have done an incredible job, and now they're looking to sell him for £60+ million. So first offer rejected. However, we know that Manchester United are super keen on Bryan Mbeumo, so it's expected there will be a second offer at some stage soon.
OK, so they want him. Are forwards the priority for United, Carve?
I think they are. Scoring goals was a major problem for United last season. They're moving quickly to address that glaring weakness. We've already seen them complete a deal for Matheus Cunha. I think Bryan Mbeumo has basically let everyone know that he wants to move to Manchester United as well. So I think there's a good chance that this deal will be done pretty quickly. Also, there's a possibility that United may sign another forward as well. There have been lots of reports today that they may go in for Victor Gyökeres at Sporting. Now, he's somebody who, of course, has worked with Ruben Amorim. Amorim knows him well. I'm sure there are lines of communication that are open between him and Victor Gyökeres and his representatives. The big question is, would Victor Gyökeres be willing to move to Manchester United when they're not in Europe? He's going to have options of playing for Champions League clubs. He could even stay at Sporting and play in the Champions League as well. But I still think United have got a big pull. And what we're seeing this summer from Manchester United is they are not just going to take, what's happened to them lying down. They're coming out fighting. I think they will spend big in the transfer window this summer. Of course, they will have to balance their books because of PSR. But I think we're going to see some real statements of intent from Manchester United because they want to get back and challenge quickly.
Yeah, balance books. Hold on. It wasn't that long ago. We were being told, without Ratcliffe's money, we're going to go bust before Christmas. How can they afford this, Mark?
Well, quite simply because they're
Manchester United.
They're Manchester United. They're one of the biggest clubs in the world. They turn over a huge sum of money and they will try and trade and recycle cash. And that's what a lot of clubs are doing. How can we raise funds to spend money here? But we need to get some money in. Number of players I could chuck at you, Mike, that will be on the top of the list for Manchester United with regards to exits. Marcus Rashford. We know that the clause for Aston Villa to trigger was £40 million. So they'll be saying he's had a really good, solid second half of the campaign, played Champions League football. We know that there are suitors there. Wages may be a problem.
But that's complex, isn't it? It's not easy to get him out.
But if there is someone that can come to the table at Old Trafford and say, we want Marcus Rashford and we're willing to pay £30-40 million, that will be offsettable 100% with regards to PSR because he's a homegrown academy product. So therefore, those are the ones that tick boxes. The same with Alejandro Garnacho, the same with Jadon Sancho. We know that there are players there potentially that could raise upwards of £100 million.
Okay.
Obviously, United need someone to knock on the door and say, we want to buy these players, and right now that's where the problem lies.
I'm guessing Anthony is another one who could head out, and there's news that he might go back to a former manager.
Yeah, again, we're talking windows about the domino effect, and this is very much something that could be triggered by Florian Wirtz leaving Bayer Leverkusen, going to Liverpool, and we understand that the replacement for Wirtz at Leverkusen would be this man, Anthony. He cost Manchester United in 2022 £86 million. Huge investment. Safe to say it hasn't quite worked out yet at Old Trafford. But could he potentially link up with someone he knows very well? Erik ten Hag, the new Bayer Leverkusen boss. He's already signed him once for Ajax, signed him twice at Manchester United. Could he sign him a third time at Bayer Leverkusen? Now, this is one to keep an eye on because we know that potentially there could be some big investment there that Manchester United could recoup back. But the important thing to point out with regards to these kind of finances, and that's your initial question, is that it's not always cut and dry. Manchester United paid £86 million for him, but there will be wages, bonuses, agency fees on top of that. And ultimately, the profit they'll make, or the profit they'll have to play with regards to signing new players, is what's called the book price. Now, his book price will be not 86 because he's been there for some time, but it might not be as low as people think. So they may sell him for 50 million, just for argument's sake. Doesn't mean that they've got 50 million to spend. It depends on what his book price is. So, yeah, one to keep an eye on. Definite interest from Bayer Leverkusen.